How Nigerians Can Change Nigeria for the Better. Recently, Kemi Badenoch made some remarks, and some Nigerians were not happy with what she said. Here is an excerpt of some of her comments.
It's not about bringing the culture from the other place and turning the UK into the place you've just come from. If I wanted to be in Nigeria, I would have moved back to Nigeria. I don't want to recreate Nigeria in the UK.
So many people felt offended by what she said, even though she was truthfully narrating her experience. As a Nigerian, I was not offended by any remarks that Kemi Badenoch made. I found them factual, and they encouraged me to do more to create a better Nigeria. Kemi Badenoch's remarks should be used as building blocks. She said, and I quote, "I don't want to recreate Nigeria in the UK," end of quote. All well-meaning Nigerians should flip this statement. How do we recreate the UK in Nigeria? How do we turn Nigeria to be like the UK? Kemi Badenoch's remarks are a wake-up call to begin the earnest step of changing Nigeria for the better. There are so many politicians and celebrities like Kemi Badenoch who described the situation in Nigeria correctly as it is. People like David Cameron and Dave Dorr. The good news is that almost every Nigerian knows there is a problem, and the problem needs to be solved. This is a good start. Most people in Nigeria can give a correct description of the problems plaguing Nigeria and a good analysis of how these problems can be solved. However, after all the analysis and brainstorming of the problems facing Nigeria, nothing changed, nothing happened. We spend most of the time analyzing how the senators and the House of Representatives are embezzling money without a follow-up action plan. We spend most of the time analyzing the corruption in the NNPC, corruption at the local government level, corruption at the state level, and corruption at the federal level, without concrete, actionable steps towards solving the problems. This is where the problem is. We know there is a problem, and we can analyze it, but our efforts fall short of bringing the desired solution. The wisest man that ever lived said, and I quote, "The labor of fools wearieth every one of them, for he knoweth not how to go to the city." Ecclesiastes 10:15. Most people want change, but don't know how. Watch this video to the end to be equipped with the wisdom to change Nigeria for the better. In this short video, we will look at a very simple solution. Simple but effective. Stay tuned till the end of the video. Nigeria is a beautiful country, a very beautiful country blessed with so many natural and human resources. Nigeria, like other countries, has its problems. I know there are agitations for Biafra and other regions. The aim of this video is not to discuss any of these. Whether Nigeria or Biafra, the aim is to have a better place, and the principles outlined here are applicable everywhere. So stay tuned. Before we begin outlining the steps Nigerians can follow to change Nigeria, let me give this analogy. Two thieves were presented. One has stolen $1 and the other $1 million. What is the difference between the two? They are the same potentially. How come? Yes, that's right. The one who stole $1 is the same as the one who stole $1 million. Why? The one who stole $1 has the potential to steal $1 million, but the opportunity was not there. The only gap between the two is opportunity. This analogy is not intended to make you a thief. This is the takeaway from this illustration. Always seize every opportunity to change things for the better. Now, let us dive into it. Number 1. As a first step, focus on what you can change. Focus on what you have the power to change. Ask yourself, what do I as a person have the power to change? Make a list of what you can change, including changing yourself to be a better person. Implement these changes exhaustively. Remember, we are talking about changing things for the better. Now you may ask, how do I focus on what I can change? A good question. If you are a civil servant, for example, do your work effectively. Do not steal government's time. Do not steal government's money. Do not ask for a bribe. Do not give a bribe. Follow due process. Clear all the files on your desk and all the things that are expected of you and do it well. If you are a leader, that makes things even better. Your sphere of influence widens. The people you are leading, lead them in the right direction. Do you remember Professor Dora Akunyele? She is late, but her legacy lives on. She led the National Agency for Food and Drug Administration and Control, NAFDAC, in the right direction. That's what we are talking about. Always remember this first principle. Start with what you can change, what you have the power to legally do. Do not leave what you can change for the better undone. Do everything exhaustively. The change we are looking for is not an event, but rather a process. It is an aggregation of micro-positive changes here and there. Small changes littered here and there that will aggregate to form a bigger change. Number 2. Now the change you have started is just only at the cell level. To make it more effective, you need to take it to another level. To make it more fruitful, find like-minded people in your environment. It could be the department where you work, a local union, a small village, your class, or in an association, or wherever you work. Reach out to these people and initiate a collaboration. The changes started at the cell level will begin to aggregate into something more powerful, but we are not there yet. Warning: only congregate or collaborate with like-minded people. A quote from John Maxwell: "Teams are incredible things. No task is too great, no accomplishment too grand, no dream too far-fetched for a team. It takes teamwork to make the dream work." End of quote. Is the work done at this stage? No, the work is not done yet. Now we have action groups scattered here and there. Number 3. Having many cell groups that are determined to change Nigeria is not sufficient to accomplish the task. We need to take further steps to make things more effective. Come together and form a network of change groups. At the network level, the power to affect change gets bigger. Once there is a good network, what can we do with it? How will the change come? We will answer this in the next stage. Number 4. At the network level, what can we do here? The power to change things increases, but we should not forget the fact that the challenges get bigger as well. Here, through the leadership of a network, play the game of power. You may ask, how do we play the game of power? We will aim to defeat a corrupt system through the game of power. Here, the network should focus on planting agents of change in strategic positions. For example, Professor Nena Oti, the Independent National Electoral Commission returning officer for Abia State during the last governorship election. She did what was right, and today we have Alex Oti as the governor of Abia State. The network should focus on planting the right people in strategic positions. The network, through understanding the landscape and history, intelligence, strategic relationships, and right influence, should plant people like Peter Obi in strategic positions. Always remember this first principle at all levels. Focus on what you can change. If the only thing you can do as a network is to plant the right local government chairman, do it. From the simple things, you can move to more difficult things. One of the key things the network should focus on is placing agents of change in strategic positions. If we have 20 good INET commissioners, what will happen? Your guess is as good as mine. Number 5. This process is a continuous process. In view of the upcoming 2027 general election in Nigeria, if we can have credible INEC chairman, one who will not alter the results and shut down the IREV portal, what will happen? We will retire all the corrupt politicians in a twinkling of an eye. Agents of change in strategic places, that is what we are talking about. Always work toward improving things at the cell, group, and network levels. This war against a corrupt system should not be taken lightly. People should be prepared to make sacrifices, personally, as a group, and as a network. In this outline, we are not being naive to think that we can change everybody to be a saint. We are not. Not everyone in the United Kingdom is a saint, but they have strong deterrents for lawbreakers. There is a rule of law. The aim is to create an environment in Nigeria where lawbreakers cannot flourish. In summary, a better Nigeria is very possible, but every hand must be on deck. It is not going to be an easy fight, but through hard work and determination, the Nigeria we have long dreamt of will come on stream. The Nigeria of our dream will be a pipe dream if you and I fold our hands and do nothing.